Video we are going to see about how to find an LCM and HCF of a number in a shorter way and to find the cube root and square root of a number within a fraction of second. Let's move on to the concept. What is HCF and LCM? HCF is the highest factor that is present within given two or more numbers, and LCM is the least common multiple which is exactly divided by the two or more numbers. Let's move on to the problem for better understanding. In this problem, they ask you to find the HCF of 8 and 18. For this, first you have to calculate the difference between these two numbers, that is 18 minus 8 gives you the value of 10. And then the next step is you have to find the factors of 10. The factors of 10 are 5 and 2, that is 5 multiplied by 2 gives you the value of 10. So the factors are 5 and 2. Next step, you have to check whether these factors are completely divisible by these numbers. That is, first you have to check the factor for 5, that is 8 divided by 5. 8 divided by 5 is not completely divisible. So 8 is not completely divisible by 5. So 5 is not the highest common factor for these two numbers. Next, we have to check with the number 2. Therefore, 8 divided by 2 gives you the value of 4. 8, 8 goes with 2 by 4 times and 18 goes with 2 by 9 times. The factor 2 is completely exactly divide these numbers. So here the highest common factor for 8 and 18 is 2. Move on to the next problem. In this problem, they ask you to find out the HCF of three numbers. First step is you have to find the difference between all the three numbers. That is 36 minus 24 gives you the value of 12 and 24 minus 12 gives you the value of 12 and 36 minus 12 gives you the value of 24. In the next step, you have to choose the least difference among these three. The least difference among these three are 12. Okay. Next, you have to divide this least difference with all the three numbers. If all the three numbers are completely divisible by this number, means it is the HCF of these three numbers. Okay. First, you have to check whether this is completely divisible by 12 or not. 36 is completely divisible by 2, 12 with 3 times, and 24 is also completely divisible by 12 with 2 times, and 12 is also divisible by 12 with 1 time. So here the HCF for 36, 24 and 12 is 12. Okay. Move on to the next problem. Here they ask you to find the LCM of 4 and 6. For this problem, first you have to choose the highest number, that is 6. And in the next step, you have to check whether the largest number is divisible by the other number or not. Here the largest number is 6. So we have to divide this 6 with the other number, that is 4. 6 is not completely divisible by 4. So 6 is not the LCM of 4 and 6. In the next step, you have to choose the next multiple of 6. That is 6 multiplied by 2. 6 multiplied by 2 gives you the value of 12. Again, you have to check this number is completely divisible by the other number or not. 12 divided by 4 means it is completely divisible by with 4 with 3 times. So here 12 is the least common multiple for 4 and 6. If the 12 is not completely divisible by the other number means you have to take the next multiple. For 5 and 6, for 5 and 6 means you have to find the LCM for 5 and 6 means you have to first choose the highest value, that is 6. 6 next step we have to check whether this 6 is completely divisible with the other number or not. 6 is not completely divisible with 5. So we have to choose the next multiple of 6, that is 6 multiplied by, here 12 is also not divisible by 5. So we have to move on to the next multiple of 6, that is 6 multiplied by 3 gives you the value of 18. 18 is also not completely divisible by 5. So we have to choose the next multiple. 6 multiplied by 4 gives you the value of 24. 24 is also not completely divisible by 5. So we have to choose the next multiple, that is 6 multiplied by 5 gives you the value of 30. 30 is completely divisible by 5 with 6 times. So here the LCM for 5 and 6 is 30. Okay. In this problem, they are given the HCF of two numbers and their LCM. The HCF of two numbers is 11 and their LCM is 7700. And they are given the one number value, that is 275. And we have to find the other number. For this, we have to use a simple formula, that is HCF multiplied by LCM is equal to x multiplied by y, that is first number and second number. Here HCF of two numbers is 11 and LCM is 7700 and one number is 275. We have to find the other number, that is y. For solving the value of y means it becomes 11 multiplied by 7700 divided by 275. 275 goes with 11 by 25 times and 7700 goes with 25 with 308 times. So the other number here is 308. Move on to the next problem. They are given that 6 bells are, are tolling together and toll at intervals of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 and 12 seconds respectively, and ask you to find about in 30 minutes how many times do they toll together. Okay, for this problem first you need to find the LCM for 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 and 12, because if we find the LCM for these seconds means the answer will be the how many seconds do the bells toll together. Okay, the LCM for 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 and 12 are 120 seconds. Okay, in 120 seconds all the bells are tolled together, that is 2 minutes. In 2 minutes all the bells are tolled together and we want to find it for 30 minutes. So 30 divided by 2. 30 divided by 2 gives you 15. So 15 times the bell tolled together, and initially the bell tolled together at 0 seconds. Okay, at 0 seconds. So we are going to add this one time, that is plus one time. So the bells tolled together in 30 minutes are 16 times. Okay, next move on to the next concept, that is finding a cube root of a number. For finding cube root of a number, we need to remember the cubes of a number from 1 cube to 9 cube and its unit digit. Here they are given the cubes of a number and its unit digit. Okay, from this, from the unit digit, we will be able to find a cube root of a number. That is, given number unit digit is 1 means the cube number unit digit is 1, and given number unit digit is 8 means the cube number unit digit is 2, and 7 means cube number unit digit is 3, 4 means 4, 5 means 5, 6 means 6, and 7 means 3, 8 means 2, and 9 means 9. We will see an example to understand the concept better. Okay. In this problem, they ask you to find the cube root of a number 13,824. Before solving these problems, we need to remember one important thing. That is, if the given number is 4 digit, 5 digit or 6 digit means the answer will be in 2 digit. So, here they are given the number in 5 digits. The answer will be in 2 digits only. For that, first we will see the last digit of a given number, that is 4, and we will see a given number unit digit and cube number unit digit table. From this table, we know that if the given number unit digit is 4 means the cube number unit digit is also 4. So, we will place 4 here, and we want to know the 10th digit place. For that, you need to omit the last 3 numbers, that is 824. The remaining number is 13, and 13 lies between 8 and 27. Find the smallest of it, that is 8. Write the corresponding number here, that is 2. You will place 2 in the 10th digit place. So therefore the answer for the cube root of a number 13,824 is 24. Okay. Next we will see the square root of how to find the square root of a number. This is also a similar concept for finding a cube root of a number. Here also we need to remember the given number unit digit and the square number unit digit table. If the given number unit digit means 1 means the square number unit digit will be 1 or 9, and the given number unit digit is 4 means the square number unit digit is 2 or 8. If the given number unit digit is 9 means the square number unit digit will be 3 or 7, and for 6 means either 4 or 6, for 5 only 5. Okay, we will see this with an example. In this problem, they ask you to find the square root of a number 1156. Here the answer will be in only 2 digits because the given number is in 4 digits. So the answer will be in only 2 digits. For finding the unit digit of a square number means first you will see the unit digit of a given number. If the unit digit of the given number is 6, and see the given number unit digit and square number unit digit table. From this table, we will see that if the given number unit digit is 6 means the square number unit digit is either 4 or 6. So we are placing 4 or 6 here. Next step, we want to remove the last 2 numbers, that is 56. The remaining number is 11. Here the 11 lies between 9 and 16. And then find which is smallest here. Here 9 is the smallest. So we will write the corresponding to 9. Number corresponding to 9, that is 3. Next step, we want to know whether 4 or 6 comes here. For that, first you need to multiply the 10th digit place with the next number, that is 3 multiplied by 4. 3 multiplied by 4 gives you the answer as 12. And check whether this 12 is greater than or equal to the remaining numbers, that is 11. Okay, 11 is lesser than 12. If here this number is lesser than the given number means here we want to choose the greatest number. But here the answer will be the highest number than the given number. So here we will choose the smallest number in the tens place, that is 4. So here the answer for this question is 34. The square root of a number 100 and 1156 is 34. Move on to the next problem. Here in this problem they ask you to find the square root of a number 24025, that is 24,025. Here the given number is in 5 digits, so the answer will be in 3 digits. First, you need to see the last digit of a given number. Here the unit digit of a given number is 5. From this table we know that the given number is unit digit is 5 means the square number unit digit is also 5. So we will place 5 in the unit place. Next step, we want to remove the last 2 digits, that is 25. Here 240 comes. 240 lies in between 15 square and 16 square. 15 square is 225 and 16 square is 256. Here see why you will see the smallest number, that is 225. The corresponding to the smallest number is 15. So we will place 15 here. Therefore the square root of a number 24,025 is 155. Thank you.